Hi everyone, this is Terry. We're here in the Northwest Perennial Alliance border at Bellevue Botanical Garden, which is looking amazing today. The volunteers are working, and I want to show you one of our volunteers, Ala, is working on dividing bearded iris. So you want to say hi, Ala?
Hi.
Okay, and you want to tell people what you're doing exactly?
Sure. So here's a clump of bearded irises. Normally you plant one rhizome and it will spread over time. But what happens is that once it blooms, like right here, this will not bloom anymore. And what it does, it creates daughter bulbs. So here's a perfect example of the rhizome that finished blooming. So the stack was here, and then it put a new daughter.
Hold your hory so we can see better.
Sure. And so I'm going to take it off, and as
So
long
that's
as
the daughter?
that's the daughter, that's what's going to bloom next year. But over time, if you don't divide them or if you don't thin them out, what happens is right here. You can see very old rhizomes sitting there, and the new ones are climbing on top of it. So while the soil is here, you can see that there is like 3 layers of the new and old, and you want to thin them out, otherwise they will reduce the blooms. The blooms will not be as big as they could be from the young rhizomes like this.
Okay, so what's important to know about dividing that daughter? It looks like there's just a couple of small roots on it, and that's all it needs?
That's right. As long as you have 2 to 3 roots, you want to take them out and you want to trim them so that they are nice roots. And you want to reduce the number of leaves so that the energy will go into creating new roots rather than supporting the green leaves.
Okay,
so what you would do is you actually plant it wherever you want. And the way you want to go plant it is so that, see, I continue finding all the rhizomes here, so that the belly sticking out of the ground. You really don't want to deep it. You just want to put it like this, and that's it. And then the new flower will start next year.
So it should flower next year, that one?
Yep.
Oh,
This
wow.
will flower next year.
And then how often should this be divided, these
2
bearded
to 4
iris?
years. And if you don't do the division, you're going to end up with these layers stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
And with time, if they're not divided or thinned out, they will just start producing smaller flowers, or they will not produce any flowers. So it kind of depends.
You just took out another root, and you're not going to plant it back in the ground. So
No.
what are we going to do with this one?
I'm going to trim it so that I get rid of the old roots, and you can see that they are black or brown, right? They're not going to grow, so these are dead. You want to keep these nice, healthy roots, and you only need 2 or 3, so you don't need a lot. So what you want to do is trim it like this.
Wow, okay.
Then you're going to leave it for about a week to dry it up so that this area becomes a calloused.
Okay.
And it doesn't, and prevents all the fungus and stuff. You're going to trim the nice roots, and you're going to trim the foliage so that the energy doesn't go into keeping the green stuff, but actually creating new roots. And after a week or so,
where are you going to put it for that week?
In a dry spot, away from the sun. You want to put it in the shade, just in a box. You don't have to put much of anything. You just take a cardboard box and stick it in there in a single layer, so that they have a room for the air to flow. Once they calloused in about a week or 10 days, then you can start planting it, or you can put it in the bag and keep it for a year. They can stay like that without anything else, just dry, for about a year.
So what kind of bag? A plastic bag?
No,
a paper bag?
You don't want a plastic bag because that creates too much moisture. You want some jute bag, some burlap bag. That works perfect. The burlap bag or some mash bag, like from onions, that works as well.
And
as
you're
long
just
as
going
there
to
is
put
an
it
airflow.
And in a dark place?
You don't have to put it in a dark place. It just needs to be dry place where the temperature doesn't get too hot. So like a garage will work perfect. And you can keep them for a year.
And you don't have to worry about them shriveling up?
No, if they shrivel, you throw them out. But no, they're not good shrivel. If this is nice, very healthy root, and you can see the little roots already coming out.
Uh-huh.
They will sprout very well once you plant them.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And the best place to plant, or the best time rather to plant, is about August, September, so that they have some time before the winter starts to start growing roots. So
Awesome.
this is July. We're going to thin them out, prepare them, and then some can get planted in August, or we can give them out,
Or save them to sell them.
sell them,
Okay.
and they will be perfect.
And this is a beautiful dark red iris.
Yeah,
so...
this is a very nice iris, and you can see that it's very vigorous. You can see how it's growing, but you can see when they start, what happens when you have so many layers of old. See how small these are?
Uh-huh.
Right? Versus this one. See how much bigger? Because it had more room.
Okay.
And like this one is a very old, and you can see how little this new daughter is, just because it doesn't have room to go, you know.
Right.
There is no place.
Right. Well, super. Thanks so much, Alla. And we'll be hopefully have this beautiful dark red bearded iris for sale at our August sale at Arts in the Garden.
Yep.
Thanks so much.